You're not. Again, we talked about it earlier. When you duck yourself in a hole that way, they're coming out now. They're playing well enough. You got to be confident. But hey, let's give credit to this Louisville team. They're continuing to compete on the defensive end of the floor. So someone has to put their head down, get in the paint, force rotation. And you can see Johnson trying to do that here.
Underneath, and nearly a block at the rim, but Caleb Glenn followed.
So when you get your scout team, you don't have a 6-7 point guard on your scout team. So things look totally different. He gets out here, and you can see the adjustment right now with Johnson.
Speedy freshman point guard from Brooklyn with an assist and a bucket of his own. Only 2 points in 3+ minutes for the Noles. Jameer Watkins got met at the rim, but Jalen Warley follows for Florida State. And they force you into turnovers at one of the highest clips in the league. Johnson got fouled and got it to go. And talk about an instant impact from Ty-Laur Johnson off the bench.
To get to him, a lot of quickness there. Uses his shoulder, create space on a bigger Warley. Midway through the season, they seemed like they had figured it out, but so far tonight, they've struggled from behind the line, missing their first free throws.
Brandon Huntley-Hatfield with just his 10th career 3 in 3 seasons. Darren Green gets to his spot.
Close they came.
Watkins to the bench for Leonard Hamilton. And Johnson brings it over the timeline, matched up with Josh Nickelberry against this Florida State defense, top 40 in the country. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield on the drive. Johnson off the bounce against 6'10" Bull Bowen, who secures the rebound. Johnson picks him, lost the shoe, couldn't finish. Huntley-Hatfield, the offensive rebound and put back.
You got the home crowd cheering for you. Just lay it all on the line.
Green rises. Can't silence the crowd, but an offensive rebound, and then Nickelberry hits a tough follow-in. This awesome day of college basketball. No Sky Clark, the starting point guard for Louisville. Here's Mike James coming off a couple of quiet games and a nice spin.
When you're struggling to find your shot, you want to get to the free throw line or the rim, and he does a great job there.
Cam Corrin finishes over the top of Emmanuel Okorafor.
You do a great job. You're scoring. You're putting pressure on the FSU defense, and then you're giving up just quick, easy baskets in transition.
Okorafor's got a chance at 3.
Johnson again, just getting in the paint, finding teammates there.
When we've had a week off before, we don't play well. He didn't like something about the energy at that point during shoot-around, and it's carried over a bit. Louisville by 6.
Louisville hasn't led a lot this year. And
Spears off the bounce, off the takeaway, gets the roll. And Primo Spears with his first points tonight. Here's Spears from Duquesne to Georgetown to Florida State. Warley's reverse is good.
Yeah, they're just gotten out. They're starting to attack the rim again and get to the paint, and it's
rebound Nickelberry. Noles play at the fastest tempo in the ACC, and they're out and running to tie it at 20 with Jalen Warley. Midway through the first half, Johnson wrapped one around for Okorafor, who had it swatted by Jalen Gainey in among a trio of Noles. Spears has a mismatch, moves it for Nickelberry. Spears pulls up, banks it in, loves that spot, and he puts Florida State in front. Gainey spent 4 years at Brown. 6th-year senior, missed the first 3 weeks after last year's torn ACL. James Melvin followed up by Ty-Laur Johnson. Here at Louisville for a couple of seasons before he went to LaSalle for 2 years, and now in his first season at Florida State. Huntley-Hatfield, the finish from Johnson. Darren Green turns the corner, gets to the mid-range again. His second bucket from a similar spot.
Huntley-Hatfield is going to have to stop the ball and contain and contest that shot, and the guard's going to have to switch on the big.
Johnson beats Spears and finishes off the glass, and he's got 11 in the first half off the bench.
Just giving him energy here. He's driving, shoots the floater there. Difficult shot.
Who do you think is the best perimeter defender to do that for Florida State?
Well, Warley can do it with his size. As you can see here, this is what you're giving up easy baskets. And they're just making it easy. They're being challenged to score.
Oh, Johnson threads a gorgeous pass to Huntley-Hatfield.
Look at this pass here.
Oh. Johnson's feeling confident. At the controls for the Cards. Off the bounce. Blocked by Miller. Gainey comes up to get it. Got a post up for Baba Miller. He's wanted to do more of this, but he got stripped by Huntley-Hatfield. Another turnover. Williams sidesteps Nickelberry and finishes. Louisville fans been begging for this. This kind of effort all year. Spears hits one.
He's the guy. He is the guy for the...
Williams hit ahead, bump and finish.
Having himself a go. Got a ball game here in the Yum Center. He's got some good looks tonight. And
Huntley-Hatfield, the finish and the foul. He's fired up.
Been a force inside, and he's punishing that switch. Green tries the front, he walks him up the lane.
Around the screen. Late shot clock, and Warley will initiate. Off the crossover. Warley scoops and finishes. Tom House, known for his shooting, is into the game. Offensive rebound, Warley, and how about the impact he's made since coming in with his 2 fouls. Huntley-Hatfield's got 16 points. Warley, picked by Johnson. Fitting. Johnson, Huntley-Hatfield. Nickelberry. Said that a whole lot this season, but Ty-Laur Johnson's been the best player on the floor. What a first half for Louisville. Got to go back to the Clemson win last year for Louisville to find their last halftime lead in a conference game. Darren Green gets a pick to start, and he lays it in. So already down to 10 in the first half. One of those 6 guys with 2. Huntley-Hatfield got the tip on Baba Miller. Oh, what a pass. Glenn from Johnson.
Look at this pass here. In stride. Game and creating for himself, for his teammates. Glenn running the lane, catches it in stride and hammers it home.
Corin follows up Watkins. That might be the case. There was not certainty in the messaging on that, but we were told it might be because of a coach's decision, and that clearly appears to be the case.
Because he's a scoring guard as well, and he's been in the system a year.
Corin finishes.
What I want to do is be in Coach's ham doghouse with the way he rotates his guys.
Trey White blocked by Miller. Chandler Jackson did go through shoot-around. Louisville's +8 in paint points. Warley, nice to the basket. How about this game from Jalen Warley? And he's done it just in 13 minutes. Off the baseline, out of bounds. Hands off to Jameer Watkins, who's got this down to 4 for Florida State. And with Florida State switching, of course. Now it's Warley back on to Johnson. Oh, what a pass to Huntley-Hatfield. This is a show.
He's been the best player on the floor tonight. Just a great job here. Take the hand off. Look at that bounce pass behind and back. His vision has been as good as you can find. Just seeing the play before it happens.
White picks it off. Huntley-Hatfield. A hammer. Johnson behind the back. Step back. Did he? Did he? Did he?
Putting on a show. He's getting a standing ovation right now. And deservingly so, and they're doing it on the defensive end of the floor.
Again, on Watkins this time. With Kenny Payne electing not to have a starting point guard in the lineup.
Yeah, but he got Ty-Laur Johnson in quickly.
Williams.
Because you hadn't had an answer for him, Mike.
Warley with the shot clock winding down with the left hand.
Getting him the ball might help too, because he's
Watkins drives on James. Kicks for Warley. Spins on Williams off the glass. Jalen Warley with 19 points.
High level, and I think what's so impressive about this game so far is that they're beating Florida State in the way that Florida State usually beats teams.
Miller finishes. Darren Green had poked it away at the other end. Williams navigates and scoops it home. Curtis Williams, the freshman from Detroit, known for his shooting from the outside. Williams accelerates, pulls up. The follow from Caleb Glenn. Warley answers right back.
Young man out. He times this perfectly, comes off over everybody, dunking on his own.
Johnson with it. Huntley-Hatfield got his own miss. Sticks it back.
Home team's taking care of business. And how about Virginia going into Clemson and getting one? That was a big game there. And Watkins is finally getting himself going here, and as he drives.
Williams, he's a shooter. Huntley-Hatfield on another stick back, just dominating underneath.
They're not running much offense, they're just trying to speed you up on the defensive end of the floor.
Corin with the goaltending on Ty-Laur Johnson. But just over 2 minutes into the game, he inserted Johnson, and everything's changed. 5 to shoot for Florida State, down 13. Darren Green.
You got to get to him. When Green's involved in any type of dribble handoffs, you've got to switch up.
Williams blocked by Warley.
They got to get stops. I mean, Florida State.
Williams hits.
Credit to Louisville. They'll space the floor and allow room to drop.
Johnson off the hezzy. Ball away. Good.
Can't guard him.
Why not?
They can't guard him. Had stopped him all night. And he delivers again.
Warley shut off. Green. Sniper. Down to a dozen with 5 minutes to go. Here's Williams. Strip by Darren Green. Ahead for Warley. Corin the lob. Down to 10.
It's a great find there by Warley. You don't come ready to play. Winning on the road is hard, and when you don't come ready to play, you.
Well, Watkins muscles it in. He's got a chance at a three-point play. Only behind Syracuse's Judah Mintz. And he cannot stamp it. Spears, the finish, and the foul!
But when you're losing games, no communication there. If you're Louisville, you need to get the ball in the hands of Johnson or James, and wow.
It's a strip. Green lays it in. It's down to 7.
Basketball. Green just takes it out of the hands of William, and then William doesn't take it out.
James.
Louisville. Find Johnson and get the ball in his hands. That's the guy. Let him take you home. He brought you here, let him take you home.
He got bumped. Count it!
Pressure's going on. No one has stayed in front of him all night long. He takes the contact there. I think there's no doubt it's an and one.
Tom House. In and out again. Corin the offensive rebound. And put back. 8-point game. Minute to go.
They stayed behind. He just turned over him and shot it. Two-headed
He split at the line, and Spears scores. And 50.9 seconds still to go. Florida State has it down to 7. And Louisville's lead at 8. Here's Spears around the Corin screen to the basket, and a foul. And Huntley-Hatfield is fouled out.
You just can absolutely not do that. Stay in front of the basketball, which you did earlier. And as a big guy, you don't want to get a hand.
Batted around and secured by who else? Ty-Laur Johnson. He was magical. And Louisville wins for the second time in the ACC. Hangs 101 on the Seminoles.